But in focus, Welspun India after its numbers. So let's welcome on board Altaf Jiwani, the director and CFO of the company. Altaf, hi, afternoon. You know, one is seeing a growth in revenues, but your margins are under pressure for the quarter. What would you attribute that to?
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me, Aisha. See, we have seen a growth of 17% in the top line after a gap of 2 years. And the margin, as you know, EBITDA margin for the quarter it is down to 15.1%. YTD margin is at 17.8%. So this quarter, actually, the currency has played truant, where, you know, during the quarter, currency moved from 69.5 to 74.5. And this kind of unprecedented volatility we have never witnessed. So if you add back the forex loss of about 38 crores, we'll almost be at 17.4% EBITDA margin, which is comparable to the EBITDA margin which we had achieved in the last quarter as well.
So how has the rupee volatility impacted your export sales this time around?
So actually, see, we have been following a hedging policy which has been approved by the board for last 8 to 10 years, where we sell almost 50 to 60% of our receivables on 12 months rolling forward basis. So in the current year, while rupee depreciated very significantly, the impact of that rupee depreciation is reflected on the cost. So all the cotton costs, the dyes and chemicals, packing material, freight costs, everything has gone up. But the impact of this new exchange rate is not reflected on the revenue, which will happen in the next financial year as we start exhausting the old hedges. So if you look at in the next financial year, the hedges which I had taken in the last quarter, I would be realizing almost about between 71 to 75 rupees in the next financial year.
Right. Okay, so tell me about the performance of Spaces brand and what exactly is the targeted growth?
So domestic business, there are quite a few highlights actually. We launched our first experiential center in Mumbai, in Bandra. And also we launched our Rangna product range, which was the first range which had its own heart and soul. So normally we would focus on designs and patterns. This is a range which was actually inspired by artisan. And the kind of velocity which we witnessed on Rangna range, it was phenomenal. So we have never seen in this kind in the past, wherein almost 76% throughput we saw in the first 45 days. The other thing is we have also almost finalized our product strategy for the mass brand. So while Spaces is a premium brand, we are also working on the mass brand, which will actually open up almost addressable market of 6,000 crores for us. So for Spaces, it is 1,500 crores addressable market. So a large part of the market which was getting unaddressed is going to be addressed with this brand called Welspun. And right now, as we speak, pilots are going on in a couple of cities. So we are confident that this mass market brand actually is going to provide us huge growth in coming years.
Sure. Let's also talk about the impact of online sales. What's the traction that you're seeing there, and do you plan to scale up on the e-tailing platforms?
Yeah, that's so online. Actually, we have seen globally, home textile is roughly about 10% is about online, and we have actually tied up with all the marketplaces like Amazon, Wayfair. We have also tied up with the brick and mortars, their own retail website. So when they receive orders, they offload it to us, and we do drop shipment on their behalf seamlessly. Plus, we have our own website where we sell our own brands like Christie, Spaces, as well as Wellhome. And Christie actually is almost like 10% of our revenue in UK comes from online. So for us, online strategy is actually two-pronged. One is to create the powerful brand which will have its own pull factor, and second is to influence the marketplaces to come up with their own private label, which will actually help us gain the prominence in the online market as well.
Okay, good to chat with you, Altaf. Thanks so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.
Thank you.